This is how a nun stopped a war with her chickens. Yes, you heard that right. History may be filled with stories of great battles decided by brilliant generals and brave soldiers. But 200 years ago, a humble Sicilian sister used feathered allies to silence cannon fire. And make no mistake, had the guns roared, 2 hill towns would have burned. The ripple could have torn the kingdom of the 2 Sicilies apart and plunged Europe into another proxy war. The year is 1835. The air in the valley between the 2 towns of Monte Rosso and Monte Blu is thick with hatred. Soldiers stare each other down, hands tight on their muskets. Cannons are loaded. An entire valley is holding its breath, waiting for the first shot. If blood spills here, Sicily will ignite, and Europe may burn behind it. But then, as the sun begins to rise, something strange happens. Something that doesn't belong on a battlefield. Out of the morning mist walks a lone nun, Sister Maria Cristina, and trotting along with her are a dozen clucking, scratching chickens. The soldiers pause. Confusion ripples through the ranks like a shockwave.
Huh?
A place of steel and gunpowder was suddenly invaded by feathers and feed instead. The generals furious bark orders to advance, but no one moves. How could they? Every eye is fixed on the absurd yet beautiful sight of a nun calmly leading her flock onto the killing field. Almost as if breaking out of a daze, Commander Captain Alfonso shouts, "Sister, what are you doing? Have you gone mad?" But Sister Maria Cristina just smiles back and points to her chickens. And the soldiers look, and they see it. The chickens have stopped clucking. They're standing perfectly still, calm and silent, staring at the armed men. The surreal serenity of the moment begins to work its magic, seeping into the soldiers' hearts. And the hatred that burned so hot just moments ago begins to cool. Then, a young soldier from Monte Rosso, a boy named Enrico, does something unthinkable. He nervously steps forward and places his musket gently on the ground. "My family lives in this valley," he says, his voice barely a whisper. "They shouldn't have to suffer for our fight." A moment of silence. And then a soldier from the other side does the same. And then another. And another. Soon, the only sound in the valley is the soft clatter of weapons being laid in the grass. The generals watch, stunned into silence, as their armies simply dissolve. Men who were ready to kill each other just minutes before were now laughing together, sharing water and stories of their towns. And the hens? They resume their gentle clucking, pecking at the ground as if nothing had happened. Sister Maria Cristina watches for a moment, a quiet prayer of thanks on her lips. And then, just as mysteriously as she appeared, she was gone. No one ever saw her or her 12 chickens again. The legend began almost immediately. Was she an angel sent from heaven? Or just a clever trickster who understood human nature better than any general? We'll never know for sure. But the story lived on, woven forever into Sicilian hearts. A nun and her chickens who taught a simple truth, that even the humblest voice can silence cannon fire. The valley became a place of peace. And every year forward, families gathered there, releasing hens in her honor. Today, that tradition still continues. In southern Italy, hundreds of chickens flutter freely at the Madonna delle Galline festival, symbols of gratitude and divine intervention. A tradition celebrating miracles, not warfare. And it's these incredible, almost forgotten stories that we love to find. If you do too, consider liking this video and subscribing for more. It helps us keep digging for the tales that prove history is stranger and more wonderful than any fiction. Thanks for watching.